Mr. Fidelis, am I audible?
I can hear you, sir.
Okay. Can you please go to page
Speaker is not
136?
in class. 136.
136. Mr. Fidelis also, can you hear us? Once you are there, let me know. Once you get to page 136, let me know. Because it's a lengthy stuff for us to read. Are you with me? Are you there?
Yes,
You
I'm
can share
there.
your screen now.
Okay. Now, this is how exam looks like. There will be pre-seen questions, there will be unseen questions. What's the motive of pre-seen? Is for you to familiarize yourself with the expected cases that ICANN is bringing. You understand? So you are expected to read it in advance before the exam day. Then once you get your exam sheet, so just go to unseen and start. Mr. Fidelis, can you hear me, please? Okay. Prosper, can you please read page 1 for us? Okay, let me
Okay,
read
sir.
page 1. Let me read page 1. Then you are going to read the next page I'm going to say.
Okay, sir.
All right, this is the question. You are Josephine Desmond, writing professional level of ICANN exam. You are working in the Lagos State Office of Adewale Okechukwu, Ghana and Co. Chartered Accountant, which has its offices in all state capital of the country. You are reporting to Alex Ghana, the partner in charge of business advisory unit of the firm. Your responsibilities include 1. Preparing detailed financial analysis and report on the performance of your business advisory clients. Analyzing your client's financial statement to identify area of weaknesses and providing solutions to correct the anomalies. Assessing operational and strategic business proposals submitted by clients for analysis to see how each align with the client objective and its impact on its business and financial risk. Assessing clients' financial and business forecasts together with the assumption upon which they are based to form judgment and recommendation to your supervising partner, and drafting report to be submitted to client on the result of client's financial, operational, strategic business analysis you have carried out. Your responsibility demand that you keep yourself abreast of your client industry and external operating environment so as to be able to contribute to objectively to the assigned task. Your business advisory, Mr. Ghana, has just received the management account of one of your firm business advisory clients, Spicy Restaurant Limited, for the year ended 31st December 2018, together with the business proposal. For evaluation and advice, your partner has sent you an email attaching the document for you to work on and prepare a report for him showing your conclusion and recommendation for your submission to Director of Spicy Restaurant Limited. You understand? So can you read this one, Exhibit 1? Josephine. Prosper.
Exhibit 1. From
You
this
can see my
exhibit
screen, Abby?
description. No, sir.
Can you see my screen?
No, sir, I can't.
You can't see it.
Yes, sir.
Let me share again. Can you see it now? Can you see it now?
It's loading, sir. I've not seen it yet, but it's loading.
Mr. Fidelis, can you see my screen? Okay, are you there now? Can you see it now? Hello? Hello, Prosper. Can you see it? You are muted. I can't hear you.
Sorry, sir. I muted my mic before, unknowingly to me.
Okay, we can see it now, sir.
Go ahead. Can you please read?
From as usual, is that?
What do you say?
Okay, exhibit 1 memo from Alex Gan to Josephine Desmond. Subject: Spicy Restaurant Limited. Date: 6 March 2019. As usual, Spicy Restaurants Limited has just completed another successful year of trading and has asked us to evaluate its performance in the past year and at the same time analyze the financial impact of its new business opportunity. SR, that is Spicy Restaurant, has been approached by Lagos Hospital Limited, Hospital Limited, to provide catering service for its 5 hospital units in the Lagos metropolis. I attach here with exhibit 2 to 8, which include SR management accounts for the year ended 31st December 2018, business proposal from LH, together with other write-ups that could assist you in your analysis. You are to carry out a detailed analysis of the management accounts and prepare a report for SR board. You are also required to carry out an evaluation and appraisal of the business proposal and recommend appropriate course of action to be taken by SR. Please draft for my review a report addressed to the board of SR. The report should comprise: 1. A review of SR's management accounts for the year ended 31st December 2018 as presented in SB 3. Your review should include an analysis of the key changes in revenue, cost, and overhead across its 2 revenue streams by comparison with the previous 2 years. You should evaluate the impact of these changes on SR's operating profit. In addition, please comment on the reasons for the non-cash balance despite the huge profit made in the years. 2. A financial assessment of the catering contracts from LH as contained in the exhibit 7 and a discussion of any broader commercial and ethical consideration as well as the risk that may be associated with accepting this contract. I look forward to receiving your draft report.
Alex Ghana. This is what will perform part of your unseen. What you just read now is part of the unseen questions. Mr. Fidelis, can you read exhibit 2?
Sir, Fidelis said he's on the road, like he's inside bus heading to somewhere. So I don't know if he can be able to read.
Okay, let me read exhibit 2.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. That's true. I'm on transit. A public transport. Yeah.
No problem. Now, exhibit 2 from Arietta John Spice Restaurant Limited to Alex Ghana, Adewale Okechukwu and Co. What we just read is a proposal from these guys. This one is from your boss to you, exhibit 1. Exhibit 2 is from Spicy Restaurant Limited to your boss. Alex, as you know, we have completed another successful year of trading as usual. Our board would like you to carry out a review of our performance during the year. Your review should comprise of analysis of key changes in revenue, costs, and expenses across the 2 revenue streams and compare with 2 previous years. The board would like you to explain the reason for the little change, no cash balance at the end of the year despite the huge profits. We have also received proposal from Lagos Limited to provide in-house catering services for all the patients and the staff of the 5 hospitals within Lagos Metropolis. It is great receive. It is great to receive the interest from a major new client. More so, as we are also aware, one of the most important existing contract with Dove Group of School expired 30th June 2019, and we do not know whether Dove will review this contract or not. However, whichever way it goes, with the new contract coming from LH, we will be fine. Therefore, our board would like you to evaluate this proposed contract and advise on its possible effect on SR future revenue to highlight any ethical business trust you will want our board to consider. I have provided you as much information as I can on LH proposed contract terms, and you should still have some information on Dove as our client in your life. Our costing and payment term for Dove is essential the same with the proposed contract from LH, but you may need to take note of the following regarding the costing of LH contract proposal. The actual cost of table water of SR Limited, SRR, 75 cl 45 naira, 1.5 cl 19 naira per bottle. Management time estimated to spend on LH contract per month is 400 hours, and our management time charge out rate is 1,000. So these are the statement of financial position and income statement for 2016, 17, and 18. So these are the statement of financial position, these are the income statement, these are the things we are analyzing as proposed. So on note 1 of non-current assets, we have this is fixed asset schedule. You understand? This is fixed asset schedule. We have cost, revenue, and carrying value. You don't need to really bother too much on this. Now, can you read Exhibit 4 for us? Okay, Exhibit 4 is talking about story. It's story oriented, which is time consuming. We don't need to go through that, but you can read that at your own convenience. Rather, read Exhibit 5. Amaka.
Okay, sir.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Okay. Spicy Restaurants Limited. History, operations, processing. Okay. History, operations, board and management. History. Spice Restaurants Limited was established by Mrs. Henrietta Jones. Mrs. Jones was a trained nurse and has worked as General Hospital
It's
and
okay.
has worked
Go
as
to
General
operation.
Hospital Lagos for several
Full
years.
stop.
Sir?
Go to operation now.
Operations, okay. SR is equipped with modern catering equipment, starting from the kitchen to the dining area and bar.
Thank you.
Giant freezers
Go
were
to
installed.
okay. Thank you. Go to board and management.
Board and management, okay. SR is run by a board of 4 directors. Dr. John is the chairman, Mrs. Jones is the managing director, and 2 of their children as non-executive directors. Only Mrs. Jones works as executive of XR, and she is assisted by a general manager who is a seasoned caterer. The management team comprises of Mrs. Henrietta Jones, managing director, Mrs. Dope Thomas, general manager, Mr. Jude Shuku, accountant, and Haija Kudrat Sani, purchasing manager. Should I proceed to SB6?
Yes, please do.
Okay, Spicy Restaurant Limited. Cost/pricing structure. The following cost structure will apply.
This exhibit 6, I will explain something to you guys, but I want you to carefully look at it. Continue.
Okay. The following cost structure will apply to every contract. Estimated average cost/pricing per plate. Any local dish. Okay, per plate of any local dish. Food item, 250,000. Protein, 500. Profit, 750. Administrative charges 1,750. Okay, 1,750,000.
Plate. Go to the last one,
Transport.
price per plate.
The last one.
The price per plate is how much?
Okay, price per plate. Price per plate
This
is
one,
3,000. That's 3 million.
which is not possible. We are continuing. This one is what? Estimated average costing for local dishes. 3
Yeah.
million for price per plate. Estimated
Okay.
costing for continental per plate, they wrote 4 million, right?
Yes, sir.
Now read this one. Read this one.
Okay, fish pepper soup is 1,500 per plate. Goat meat pepper soup is 1,500 per
What
plate.
error do you notice there?
So I think these ones are in thousand, while others are in million. The previous ones we read were in millions.
The error there is this one is not 3 million per plate, rather it is 3,000. Meaning this 30
Okay.
they put there is error.
Okay.
You understand?
Yes, sir.
So that one is 3,000, this one is 4,000, that one is 1,500. Continue.
Okay. Chicken per soup. Okay, chicken pepper soup is 2,000 per plate. And soon goat meat 1,500 per plate. Sandwich 2,500 per portion. And small chops 2,000 per plate. Estimated price for drinks. Bottled water small size, that's 75 cl, is 150. Big size, that is 1.5 liters, 300. Any soft drink is 300 naira. Then beer slash stout per glass is 300 naira. Okay, 400 naira. Brandy lower end per shot is 500. Medium level per shot is 750. High level is 1,000. Then champagne per shot is 1,500, and Chapman per glass is 500.
Thank you.
Note.
This price structure could vary for each contract service, depending on the term of each contract. However, food and drinks served at restaurants at a price quoted per plate, right?
Yeah. Yes, sir. The other cost per hour.
Now, carefully read Exhibit 7. Okay, let me read Exhibit. You have been reading. You will read Exhibit 8. Let me read 7.
Okay, sir.
Proposed contract terms with SR draft written commitment received from Tokwe Jones Medical Director of the Lagos Hospital Limited. 1. LH will agree to a 3-year rolling contract renewable annually for the provision of catering services to the patient and staff in all LH5 hospitals within Lagos Metropolis. The contract will commence from 1st July 2019. LH will provide space for equipment for cooking and all other accessory equipment. Under the proposed contract, SH will be required to subject its staff who are working in hospital restaurants to annual medical checkup, the cost of which will be borne by SR. SR will be required to provide staff from 6 a.m. to 11, and at least 15 SR staff will need to be in each hospital at all times. This should include 2 supervisors. The staff are expected to work 2 shifts per day, morning and afternoon. SR will be required to provide all foodstuff and other ingredients. All invoicing will be done monthly and will be settled by LH within 5 working days. SR will maintain a record for food served in each hospital daily. This should be sent to LH hospital account departments on weekly basis. Any bill not supported with a record for food served will not be paid. SR will be required to cook free menu, 2 local and 1 continental daily. Menu list for each day will be agreed with Director of Nursing for each day on weekly basis. SR will provide breakfast, lunch and dinner for the hospital patients. Lunch only for hospital staff on daily basis. LH will have to be We'll have to specify the type of seasoning for all the meal to be served. SR only allow to serve water with food, as no soft drink will be allowed in the hospital. LH proposed to pay 50% of SR current price per place for local and continental. Price include one 75 cl bottle water per meal. LH guarantee minimum of 20 break per 15 lunges and 20 dinner per day in each hospital. LH will charge SR 5,000 naira per staff for annual medical checkup. Continue. Exhibit 8 also is just press article, which is not really relevant to what we need. Now, solution to this question. You will need you are going to need what I call biro and books. Are you there with them? Are you with your pen and paper?
I'm here, sir. Yes, sir.
Great. First and foremost, because we are going to tackle all this calculation one by one. Also, number two thing you will need is you will need to open those material I sent to you. Download it and open page. Go to page 140. If you are there, let me know.
I'm there, sir.
Good. Now this is page 140. Before 140, page 138 say something. Can you see it? Please draft for my review a report addressed to board of SR. The report should comprise number one, a review of SR management account for the year ended on 1st December 2018 as presented in Exhibit 3. Your review should include analysis of the key changes in revenue, cost, and overhead across its two revenue streams. What are the two revenue streams you notice? Let's go to this place. Number one. Okay, so this statement. Okay, let's go to income statement. Now, this is it. They wrote revenue. Can you see it? Hello?
Yes, I can. I can see it,
This is
sir.
revenue note 4. If you go to note 4, what is note 4 saying? Note 4 is saying that we have two streams of revenue, which are drinks and food. You are now asked to analyze those revenue streams. You understand? Analysis of changes in revenue, cost, overhead across its two streams of income, its two revenue streams by comparison with two previous years. Meaning you will compare 2016 with 2017, 2017 with 2018. You should evaluate the impact of these changes on SR operating profit. Now, let's go. Look at this. I'm sure you've been taught on how to write reports, yes or no? Hello?
Hello, sir.
You have been taught on how to write reports, yes or no?
So you mean in this class?
Yes.
No, sir.
Well, have you seen sample reports? Because if we don't know how to write reports, that's a big issue which needs to be addressed immediately. How do you write reports? You know how to write an introduction, executive summary, disclaimer of opinion. Yes or no?
So you mean the executive summary?
Introduction, executive summary, and disclaimer of opinion.
Yes, sir. I mean the disclaimer of the disclaimer he showed us was the one at the cover letter.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
And that's what I mean by. So far you know how to write introduction. What is introduction? How do you address your introduction? Executive summary. That talks about everything you need to do. Then disclaimer of opinion. Whether you are writing it to outsider or if it's outsider, you write disclaimer. If it's insider, you don't. Then the body. There are some calculations that will have effect on your what's it called now? You have what we call appendix. Appendix is where you do your calculations. After you've written your executive summary, the next thing is body of the letter, right? Are you with me? The body of the letter, you leave like 8 or 10 pages. Then you now, after you've left 8 and 10 pages, you now write appendix 1. That is where all your calculations will be. So as you are doing the calculation, look at the requirement of the question. It said, management account, draft for my review, report addressed to board of director of SR. The report should comprise a review of SR management account for the ended. Meaning this one, you are going to write a disclaimer of opinion because you are writing to board of director of SR. Your review should include analysis of the key changes in revenue, cost, and overhead. Now, the calculation of those changes is what we want to do now. Now, let me go to where those questions are coming from. These are revenue. Revenue for 2016, 17, and 18.
17.7 for cost.
For cost is how much?
17.7.
Okay, I think you are wrong. Go. What did you do?
I did minus 49,854
Which one minus
plus.
what?
I did 2018. That is minus 49,854
Okay.
minus plus minus minus is plus, so plus 60,566 for 2017. It will give us 10,712 divided by minus 60,566 to give us minus 0.176, and then times 100 we give minus 17.68, approximately minus 17.7.
10,712 divided by
Minus 60,566.
6560. Yeah, you are correct. That shows the error is from ICANN. So that is how to go about it. Now, this is for total. You have to calculate for 2 revenue streams. If you carefully check, they splitted those streams to drinks and food. So for drinks also, if you go to, let me share my screen with you. Can you see my screen?
Yes, sir.
Okay. What can you see now?
Note 5, cost of sales, drinks and food.
Good. So revenue and cost of sales, right?
Yes, sir.
Good. So the same way you analyze for revenue for drinks, you are going to do drinks also, drinks revenue, drinks cost of sales. That is exactly what they did there. Drinks revenue, drink cost of sales. So they capture it for 2016, 2017. The changes, percentage change for 2018. So 2018 minus 2017 changes, percentage change. That's all it. You understand? So we have revenue, we have cost, we have gross profit, we have gross profit margin. That's for drinks. Same thing applicable for food. Revenue, cost, gross profit margin. Is that fine?
Yes, it is.
Okay. So that's how to do that. Now, back to look at this ratio. Let's go to the requirement of the question again. A review for SR management account for the year ended 31st December 2018. As presented in Exhibit 3, your review should include analysis of the key changes in revenue, cost, and overhead across its two revenue streams, a comparison with two previous years. You should also evaluate the impact of these changes on SR operating profit. In addition, please comment on the reason for non-cash balance, despite which profit made in the year. Financial assessment of the creation contract from LH as considered in Exhibit 7 and discuss any broader commercial and ethical consideration as well as those that may be associated. Then, Exhibit 2 is saying something. You would like to, okay, performance. Your review should comprise of analysis of key changes in revenue. Key changes in revenue, cost, expenses across two revenue streams and comparison with the two previous years. But would like to explain reason for the little or no cash balances at the end of the year. Then they want you to also calculate the appropriate ratio, gross profit margin, cost of sales to revenue, net profit margin, total overhead to revenue, admin expenses to revenue, finance cost to revenue, depreciation to revenue, return on capital employed. Gross profit margin. Gross profit over sales times 100 over 1. In 2016, what's your gross profit? No, I just opened it now. Can you see it?
Not yet, sir. Okay, we can see it now.
So what's your gross profit in 2016?
(2016) gross profit is 159,632.
So what's your revenue?
Revenue is 254,299.
Good. So gross profit over revenue times 100 over 1, right?
Yes, sir.
159,632 divided by 254,299 times 100 over 1. That's for 2016. So do for 2016, 2017, 2018. You understand? That's for gross profit margin. Then for cost of goods sold to revenue also. Your cost of sales divided by revenue times 100 over 1 for 2016, 17, and 18. Then net profit to revenue. Net profit divided by revenue times 100 over 1 also. You understand?
Yes, sir.
Total overhead to revenue. So I want you to quickly do gross profit, cost of sales, and net profit margin for the 3 years first. No, do it for 1 year. Once you get it, then I'm sure you will understand the rest. So just do gross profit, cost of sales, net profit margin.
So the gross
So
profit margin is 62.8% or 62.77.
okay, calculate others too.
Cost of sales 37.22.
Okay, the next one.
Net profit margin
Okay.
Net profit is 37.6%.
Okay. Overhead as a percentage of sales. And what's the next one? Yeah, total overhead as a percentage of revenue. That's total overhead divided by revenue times 100/1.
25.5.
Good. Good. So that is how it's off for all this. You understand? Now we are going to the major one now. I will need you to pick your biro and paper. Because this one we want to do now is very, very important. Are you with me?
Yes, sir.
You can see the screen, right?
Yes, sir, we can see it.
Great. So let's go to Exhibit 7. Proposed contract term with SR draft written commitment received from Dr. Jones Medical Director, Lagos Hospital Limited. Lagos Hospital will agree to a 3-year rolling contract renewable annually for provision of catering services to the patient and staff in all LH5 hospitals within Lagos Metropolis. Are you with me?
Yes, sir.
Can you see, what can you see on screen now?
Exhibit 5.
Exhibit what?
5.
This?
Okay, exhibit 6 now. And 7.
I don't understand how that thing is opening there. Okay, we are on Exhibit 7 now.
Yes, sir.
Contract, okay, proposed contract stem. LH agreed to 3-year rolling contract. The contract commenced 1st of July. LH provides space and equipment for cooking and other auxiliary equipment. Under the proposed contract, SR will be required to subject its staff who are to work in hospital restaurant to annual medical checkup, the cost of which will be borne by SR. SR will be required to provide staff from 6 a.m. to 11 p.m. At least 15 SR staff will need to be in each hospital at all times. This should include 2 supervisors. The staff are expected to work in 2 shifts per day, morning and afternoon. SR will be required to provide all foodstuff and other ingredients. All invoices will be done monthly and will be settled by LH within 5 working days. SR maintain a record for food served in each hospital daily. This should be sent to LH account department on weekly basis. Any bill not supported with the record of food served will not be paid. SR will be required to cook 3 menus, 2 local and 1 continental daily. Menu list for each day will be agreed with the director of nursing for each day on weekly basis. SR provide breakfast, lunch and dinner for the hospital patient and lunch only for the hospital staff on daily basis. SR have to specify the type of seasoning to use. So all these ones are proposals. We now want to determine how lucrative this proposal is. So the first one is, how much is price per plate for local and continental dishes? The one you did the other time,
3,000, 4,000.
3,000, 4,000. Okay.
Yes.
Now, let's look at this. LH proposed to pay only 50% of SR current price per plate. That shows for local staff, LH will be paying how much? For local dishes, LH will be paying how much?
1,500.
How much? 1,500. Thank you.
1,500.
For continental, we pay how much?
2,000.
We pay 2,000. That's 1,500 and 2,000. So local staff price per plate, local meal will be 1,005. Continental rewards 2,000, isn't it? Yes
It
or
is.
no?
Yes, it is.
Great. Now, number of meals per annum. LH guarantee a minimum of 20 breakfasts, 50 lunches, and 20 dinner per day in each hospital. Do you understand? That shows the number of meals per annum will be how much? 20 plus 50 plus 20 times how much? 365 days. Do you get it? Hello?
So I'm with you.
Can you see what I read now?
Yes, sir.
Roman figure 14. Can you read it?
HR guarantees a minimum of guarantees a minimum of 20 breakfasts, 50 lunches, and 20 dinner per day
Thank
in
you.
each hospital.
Aramide, hello Aramide, can you calculate 20 plus 50 plus 20 times 365? What do you have? Hello Aramide, is it there?
That is 2,850.
Okay, I want to confirm if Aramide is with us. Hello Aramide. Okay, so let's continue. We have 32,000 what?
32,850.
32,850. That's total meal per day for the whole year, isn't it?
Yes, sir. For it.
Okay, thank you. Now, for local, let's read another one again. LH guarantee this. Okay. LH will charge SR 5,000 per staff for annual medical checkup. Now, go to Roman figure 9. What do you have there?
XR will be required to cook 3 menus. Besides that,
That's how it was.
XR will be required to cook 3 menus,
Okay.
local and 1 continental daily.
Yes.
Menu list for each will be agreed with the director of nursing for each day on a weekly basis.
Okay. So, what's your own interpretation? How do you interpret that with what you just calculated now? The total menu for the whole year is 32,850. Uh-huh. Yeah, interpret that number 9 with it.
It
SS will be
means that
required.
local will be 2, the ratio will be 2:3 for local and 1:3 for continental.
Do that. What do you have?
For local is 21,900. And for continental, 10,950.
For local is how much? 21,900. Continental is 10,950.
950.
Very good. Quick one. Price per plate for local is 1,500 abi, for continental 2,000. So
Yes, sir.
1,005 times 21,900. What do you have? Then for continental 2,000 times 10,950. What do you have?
15 times 21,900 is 32,850,000.
Great. 32,850,000.
10,950 times 21,900,000 for continental.
Excellent. So, can you see where I am now?
Yes, sir.
What can you see?
The appendix 2,
Okay. So the
protein.
revenue for local is 32. You know where that one is coming from?
Yes, sir.
For continental is 21,900. You know where that one is coming from, right?
Yes, sir.
Addition of the two is what?
54,750,000.
54,750. Now, less cost. Food item cost how much? For, we have less food item cost, less protein cost. Food item for local, it will be 21,900 times the cost of it. For continental will be 10,900 times the cost of it. So let's check what's the cost of food item and for protein. Let's go back to our costing sheet. That's exhibit. Okay, exhibit 6. Are you with me?
Yes, sir.
On exhibit 6, page 146. The following construction will apply to every contract. Estimated average costing / pricing per plate. Local dishes is for food items 250. For protein, how much? Can you see my screen? Hello.
Yes, sir. I can see your screen, but I can't see the 250 you mentioned.
Let me share the screen again.
You're in exhibit 1.
Can you see my screen now?
It's loading, sir. Let me quickly use my own phone. Exhibit 6, right?
Page 146. Can you see the screen? Actually, if you use your own part, you have to exit the meeting, Nabi.
No, sir. I won't exit. I'm just going to minimize. I'm on 146 now.
Estimated average costing / price per plate for local dishes, how much? For food items? For food item is how much? Hello?
I'm with you, sir.
For food item is how much?
Food item is 250. Protein is 500.
That's for which, is it local or intercontinental? Or continental?
For local, sir.
Okay, for continental, how much?
For continental, food item is 500. Protein is 500.
Great. Continental food item is 500, protein is 500. Good. So now back to the screen. Can you see my screen now? And tell me what you can see.
Yes, sir. I can see your screen.
Can you see it now?
No, sir. As I can you reach here, it's still loading.
Which network are you using? Try to
Let me
use
see and I'm
modem
using,
sometimes,
sir.
because this thing is time bound. And once in the next 40 minutes, then we are done. And your exam is very close. So please, I want you guys to take this thing more serious. Prepare in advance.
All right, sir.
I just reshare now.
Okay, I can see it, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, so now we have revenue. We all know where that one is coming from. Now, food items 21,900. The food item is 250, right? That's 21,900 times 250. That's for food item. For protein, 21,900 times 500. That's for protein. For local meal, we have 5.4. For protein, for food item, we have 5.4 for local meal. Protein, 10.9. For continental food items, we have 5.4. For protein, we have 5.4 also. Why? Because it's going to be this times the food item you mentioned the other time. For local is 250 for food. Protein also is 250. Do you agree?
Yes, sir.
Great. Now that you've gotten your revenue less cost, what do we have? The total cost is 5.4 with 10.9. Add the two together, minus them from 32,850. Do the same thing for continental also. What do you have?
For local meal, we have 16,435,000.
Okay. For continental, what do you have?
For continental, 10,950. 10,950,000.
Excellent. That shows you understand revenue, you understand cost, you now have contribution. Very good, very good, very impressive. Yeah. Now, the next one we need to do is water. Let's go to page. Okay, we need to calculate for water, for labor, for transport, for staff medical. We have 15 staff. Okay, let's even do that one before we go to where they are coming from. 15 staff in total. If you check appendix 7, and the rate of staff cost medical checkup is 5,000. This will be borne by SR. Then transport is 32,850 times how many times is transport? 50 times. So let's go to water first. That will be in appendix 1. I mean exhibit 1. Let's check exhibit 1. What do you have? Or exhibit 2. Can you see my screen? Or if you can't see my screen, go to page 139 on your material.
$139.
Page
Yes, sir.
139. What do you have there?
Under it, you have the actual cost of table water to SR 75 cl for 45 naira and 1.5 liters for 90 naira per bottle.
Very good. That's 45 times what? 32,850. You understand? 30,850 times 45 naira. That's for water. Then for labor, how much? Less
Did
water.
they?
Water is 32,850. Then 32,850 times 45, we have 1,478,250. Okay, let me listen. What's your question?
So why did you use 45? Was it mentioned that they only use the 75 cl water size?
Very good question. Yeah, let's go to page. Let's go to this place.
Page what? Let me open to it myself.
Page 148, Roman figure 13.
Okay. Roman figure 13. Okay. LP proposed to pay only 50%
Continue.
of CR's current price per plate for both local and continental menu. The price includes 175 cl bottle of water per meal. Okay. Okay, sir.
So you've seen it now, right?
Yes, sir.
That's for water. The next one is labor. Go to exhibit. Okay, exhibit 7, Roman figure 5.
Roman figure 5. Okay. SR will be required to provide staff from 6 a.m. to 11 p.m. and at least 15 SR staff would need to be in each hospital at all times.
Okay.
This should include 2 supervisors. The staffs are expected to work in 2 shifts per day, morning and afternoon.
Now, they are working from what?
From 6
6
a.m. to 11.
a.m. That's how many hours?
That's like 6, 7, 8, 9,
What?
10, 5
How many
hours.
hours?
5 hours.
6 a.m. to 11 p.m., not 11 a.m.
Okay, 11 p.m. Oh, sorry.
6 to 6 is 12 hours. 7 to 11 is how many hours?
4 hours. So that's 16 hours.
No, 17. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Do you guys?
Yes, sir.
Now, 6 to 6 is 12 hours, right? Then you count 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 5 hours. 12 plus 5, 17, right?
Yes, sir.
Great. So, meaning we have 17 hours they are working with. We have to supervise all 13 staffs, right? And they're working 365 days in a year, isn't it?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Then the next one is two supervisor, 3 staff, 17, 365. What's the rate they charge for labor? Go to page 147, note 2. What do you have there?
147 note 2. The labor cost per hour included in the above cost structure is 200 naira and 300 for staff and supervisors,
We
respectively.
are interpreting. What does it mean?
The staffs earn 200 naira per hour,
Okay.
while supervisors earn 300 naira per hour.
How many staff do we have there?
15. Okay, staff will be 13 because it says 15, including supervisors.
Impressive. So can you see what I've displayed now? My screen.
Yes, sir.
What can you see there? Page
It's
what?
still the note, page 147. Oh,
No,
sorry,
no,
I'm
no.
not on your screen. I'm on my own screen. Okay, the calculation,
Page what can you see there?
page 160.
Excellent. So labor is 2 times 17 times 365 times 300. You know where that is coming from, right? 2 is
Labor
for
2
supervisor.
times.
2 is for supervisor. 17 is the hour they worked. 365 days in a year. Then 300 for supervisor. Is
Okay,
that clear?
okay. Yes, sir. Plus
Then plus 13 for staff. 17. This one is 365. It's not 354. 365 times 400. So this is what you will do. Multiply 2 times 17 times 365 times 300 plus 13 times 17 times 365 times 200. Add the two together. What do you have?
2 times 17 times 365 times 300 will give 3,723,000. 3,723,000.
Write that one somewhere. The other one to calculate it. What do you have?
13 times 17 times 265 times 200. 16,133,000 plus
Add the two together now.
3,723,000. 19,856,000.
Okay, that's for labor, Abi. That is where
Yes,
this one
sir.
is coming. You can see my screen, Abi.
Yes, I can. I have a question, sir.
Why?
The question said that they work shifts, morning and night, I think.
Yeah.
So does that not mean that the workers don't really, like individually, don't really work up to 17 hours per person since they work shifts?
No. SR will be required to provide staff from 6 a.m. to 11 p.m. and at least 15 staff will need to be in each hospital at all time. At all time means that they must work 17 hours. You understand? They must work 17 hours. Now, 15 staff, this company may have up to 30 staffs. Are you with me? But what the hospital is paying them for is for only 15 staff that works for 17 hours. Are you with me?
Yes, I'm
Hello?
with you. I'm with you, sir.
Okay, they may have 30 staffs that are working for SR, but that 30 staffs, this one may work 6 hours, this one may work 7 hours, this one may work 8 hours. But based on the agreement they have with the hospital, what hospital is paying them for is hospital is paying them for 17 hours and 15 staffs. Regardless of whether the staff work, their own is give us, we need at least 15 people that must work for 17 hours. So it's an inside SR now. They may now decide that okay, we want to deploy 50 staff there. Those 50 staff, you will work 4 hours, you will work 3 hours, you will work 2 hours. They can decide anything, but per time, what must be in that location is 15 staff, and each of the and their rates that they will use to calculate is 200 naira times 17 hours they've worked times 15 staff. So regardless of whether these people have more than 15 staff, it's none of their business. The agreement, that is what the agreement says. Is that clear?
Yes, it is. Thank you, sir.
Okay, you're welcome. Now the next one is transport 50 naira. Let's take transportation cost. So okay. Admin cost is check your notes, exhibit 7. Do you have transportation there? And how much is it?
Exhibit 7. Okay.
Well, I'm sure it's written somewhere that the transportation cost is 50 naira.
Not in it.
Let me, what do you say?
I can't see transport in Exhibit 7, so.
Hold on. I will give me 1 minute.
Okay. So transport cost is in page 147 under administrative charges, Exhibit 6. Can you hear me, sir?
Hello, you are saying hello? Can you hear me? Hello, Prosper.
I can hear you, sir.
Sorry, another call just came in.
Okay.
So you are saying something?
I saw transport cost at Exhibit 6 for 50 naira.
Exhibit 6. That's thank you. Transportation cost 60 naira. So that is where this 50 naira is coming from. 32,850 times 50 naira. That's 1,642,800. So we have water, labor, transport, staff, medical. The total amounted to how much? Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
So the total is now, okay, we have 27,375,000. So less other costs. So water is 1,478,250. Labor is 19,856,000. Transport is 1,642,800. Staff medical 75,000. Minus it from 27,375. You understand? If you add all these things together, what do you have? Hello?
I'm still, sir. I'm doing the calculation.
Oh, okay, good.
Right. So I can't see the screen.
Oh, let me share it again.
Okay. So should I include the medical examination cost?
What do you say? Yeah, you have to include it.
23,052,050 naira.
Thank you. So 27,375 minus 23,052,050. What do we have?
27,375. 1, 2, 3. We have 4,322,950.
Good. You know, is how many hospitals are this servicing? 5 hospitals, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so multiply it together. 432,950 times 5. What do you have?
Oh, 21,614,750.
Great. So that is the end of the calculation, which is where we're going to stop today. But I want to I want you to now let's go through the question so that you will know how to package your
Okay, sir.
solution, as in how to write your report. This is the question, right?
Yes, sir.
Your boss asks you to draft for his review. To maybe to Alex Ghana from Josephine Desmond. Report on Spicy Restaurant Limited. Management account for the year ended 31st December 2018. And the key changes in revenue, cost, and overhead across the two revenue streams. You understand?
Yes, sir.
Dates 6th March 2019. You know, automatically your name is Josephine Desmond. So you can say, okay, sequel to the above subject, I want to use this medium to write on revenue performance analysis of Spices Restaurant for the year ended 31st December 2018, as well as the detailed analysis with key changes in revenue, cost, and overhead across its two revenue stream comparison with two previous years. The impact of these changes on operating profits as well as non-cash balances. Now, where are we? So after you've done that, then you will go to, then you are going to write a disclaimer of opinion. He taught you how to write that one, Abi.
Yes, sir.
This material is strictly for the purpose of blah blah blah. If you receive it if an authorized person should receive it, they shouldn't act on it, isn't it?
Yes, I see.
And something more detailed than that. Now, after you've gotten that, the next thing is go to page 10. Leave about 8 pages. Start your appendix 1. As you are doing the key changes between 2016 2017, you will be explaining it. You can now say, after you've done your calculation for 2016 2017, you can now say, okay, the revenue in 2017 reduced by so percentage as a result of any idea that you think may lead to reduction in revenue. You understand? You put it there. Then you explain, you put it there, you explain, you put it there. That's how to explain revenue changes. You understand?
Yes, sir.
Then go to cost also. You've done your appendix. You come back to the page you left. Maybe you are now on page 2. The factor that are responsible for changes in cost is so and so, you state that. You go to revenue and your appendix again for admin. For so as you are calculating, you are explaining. As you are calculating, you are explaining. Are you with me?
Yes, I'm with you.
Before you know it, you are okay. Because they will both meet at the midway. So you are good. That's just only way of going about it. It's time for you to ask questions.
So I think my
Do you have,
question on the last
okay?
explanation you gave, we use appendix to do
Okay.
the calculations, right?
Yes.
So you are saying that the 8 pages we left, which is supposed to be for requirements 1 and 2,
Yeah.
where do we now write the explanation of the calculation, like the analysis and the
It's
changes?
those it's those 8 pages. Oh. 8 pages is where you'll be writing all your explanation, everything for both question 1 and 2. Question 1 and 2 is just asking you to do the explanation after you've done the calculation. So those 8 pages is strictly for the explanation of all your calculation in your appendix.
So, sir, in this case, what do we call requirement 1 and what do we call requirement 2?
In requirements, they are all interwoven now. In this case, requirement 1 is a review of a management account for the year ended 31st December, as well as key changes in revenue streams. So you can't call it a particular name because you are only comparing and contrasting. It's a financial report analysis
Okay,
for
okay.
appendix 2, the financial assessment of catering. So this one appendix 10, question 2 is about the proposal of the catering services they want to render. You understand? Their
Yes.
commercial and ethical consideration as well as the risks that may be associated with accepting the contract. So after you've done your analysis of the proposal, then what are the key risks associated with this? You state that, then you are good. Hello?
Yes, I'm with you, sir.
All right, so I think that settles that. Do you have any other question?
Yes, sir. The lecturer also mentioned that we are supposed to write on our skepticism, ethical or professional, whatever that we need to write. And then
Yeah,
also mentioned about recommendation and conclusion. So in this
yeah.
case, now, because it said in the executive summary, we are going to have the requirement 1 conclusion, requirement 1 recommendation. Then we also have requirement 2 conclusion and requirement 2 recommendation. So in this
Mhm.
case now, how do we, since requirements 1 and 2 are interwoven, like you said, so how do we separate that while writing our executive summary?
You don't need to separate anything. Requirement 2 is actually speaking to proposal, while requirement 1 is speaking to the financial performance, financial analysis of the
The
financial
business.
statement of the SR. So
Okay.
it's actually different.
Okay.
So their conclusion and recommendation, you carefully arrange it the way it should be.
All right, sir. All right.
Okay. Any other question?
No other questions, sir. I think
All
I'm
right.
fine.
So we are going to continue on. The motive of doing this today is for us to at least see what you are going to meet in the exam. Then the note I sent to you earlier before now, try and work on it, read it in advance. If there's anything that is not clear, let me know.
All right, sir.
You all right, thank you.
Thank you, sir.
All right. Have a nice weekend.
You too, sir. Thank you.